Hello, everybody. This is your girl D Money because I get money. Also, don't try me, try Jesus.
And this is your girl Shirley, and this is the rules of the game. Today's topic is LeBron versus Trump. Trump has been famous for tweeting actively as a president. He worries more about sports than any other president. He is blatantly disrespectful and thinks he can do no wrong. The problem with his logic is that he is the most problematic president of all time. He attacks athletes more than he attacks the problems that need to be addressed in the United States. If we are being honest, he is the real reason Colin Kaepernick isn't in the NFL right now. Today we will talk about Donald Trump versus LeBron. LeBron and Trump have been going at it on Twitter for some time now. In LeBron's interview with Don Lemon, he stated that Trump is using athletics and athletes to divide the country, and that's something he can't relate to. Trump saw this interview and later tweeted and said, LeBron James was interviewed by the dumbest man on television, Don Lemon. He made LeBron look smart, which isn't easy to do. I like Mike. The thing about this is Michael Jordan was on LeBron's side with this. But stuff like this, you cannot make up people. If Barack Obama said or did half of the things Donald Trump did, he would have gotten impeached immediately.
The thing about it is, Trump has no business in athletics. He has no business messing with any of these athletes. And a lot of athletes have stated it's not against veteran, it's not against the flag, it's against injustice against African Americans. And that's something Trump cannot relate to that either. Trump has been rich his whole life. Trump doesn't know what struggle or problems look like because he can always buy his way out of problems. That's something a lot of minorities do not have the luxury of. And Trump is using these athletes kneeling as a way to try to hold them from kneeling by trying to get them to get fined by the NFL, which I think is kind of dumb because they're not being disrespectful about it. That's why I salute Malcolm Jenkins, the one who played for the Eagles. When they was interviewing him, he was holding the little cards up. He wasn't really speaking. He was letting the cards do the speaking for him. And a lot of people take it, oh, he's arrogant or he's dumb. No, he say what he mean and he mean what he say. It's for police injustice and things like that. A lot of people who haven't experienced it cannot relate. You cannot relate to something you haven't experienced.
I believe that a lot of people think that everyone in the military is against this. I am a veteran and I am in the military, and I can tell you this. We know that Colin Kaepernick is not kneeling because of the flag. And if you want to be honest about it, black people, we were slaves when this country was founded. We were slaves when the Star Spangled Banner came out. So you got to think about it. We were not even free. So if you want to just talk about the flag in general, a lot of y'all don't even know why y'all are respecting the flag if you're black. We were still slaves. We were not free until 1865 in Texas. Let that sink in. We haven't been free that long. And we still go through police brutality, racial injustice, and it's things that Donald Trump can't relate to. Like my co-host said, he has been a millionaire for years. Like he said in his interview, his father gave him a small loan of $1 million. How many of us can actually go on there and ask our parents for $1 million? A lot of black people, we are starting from the bottom up. We are the ones that have to lay the foundation for our kids and other people out there so we can hand stuff down to them. So it's kind of hard to take Donald Trump seriously when he doesn't understand what's going on in the world. Only people of color or minorities know what's going on. And I know we jumped from LeBron versus Trump to Trump versus Colin Kaepernick, but this needs to be addressed because it makes no sense. How can you be the president but you're constantly dividing everyone? It doesn't make any sense. As a president, you're supposed to be a leader. A lot of people, they didn't like Barack Obama, but look how much people crying now for him to come back, even though he can't because he already did his 2 terms. If he did anything Donald Trump has done, he would have been impeached. They would have had nooses like they already had him when he was in there. You know, they would have had nooses, him hanging from a tree. They would have had so much negativity to say about him. But since he's white, he can say whatever he wants. And that's not right. I feel like we need to do better as a society. Because the same Hispanics that voted for him, they are getting deported. They thought that he was going to make a better way for them. But he didn't. You know, he's deporting so many people. And I don't understand. Because if he's really deporting immigrants, his parents should have got deported. His wife should have got deported. So many people should have got deported. But he wanted to start with the people that's actually over here trying to make a better life for themselves. They came from Mexico or wherever trying to achieve the American dream. Now, the American dream, it doesn't really exist for a lot of us minorities because they make it 10 times harder for us to succeed. But they can come over here and do that. We can't.
Just like Donald Trump, he's mad at the Warriors. He's mad at the Eagles because they're refusing to go visit him. Why? You're not a president. You're sticking your nose in the wrong thing. Like, why should we go visit you? Like, when the Warriors went to Washington, D.C., they took a bunch of underprivileged kids to the African Museum instead of visiting Trump. You're not being a leader. You're not leading by example. It's like, why should I come? Why should I even deal with you? And then on the other hand, you have LeBron James, who is building up his city, his community. And you have to love that man for that. How many athletes will go back and build up their city? There's not many that you could even name. Like, we have a lot of football players and a couple of NBA players from Houston, and they're not even building up our community, their community, or nothing. You have a lot of people about that me phase, but you have LeBron. He's a leader. He's doing the right thing. He's building up his community. He speak up when he needs to. Like when he was playing for the Heat, when Trayvon Martin got killed, he had on his shirt, "I am Trayvon Martin," and things like that. You have to respect this man. Like, he's not backing down. He's standing up. Like Michael Jordan would have sat down. Michael Jordan didn't say nothing. That's why Kareem does not like Jordan. When they wanted Jordan to talk, Jordan would not talk. You talking now because you established and you safe. Now save that energy for the bullshit that you're trying to feed your fans. Like, we wanted you to talk. You didn't say nothing back in the day. Kareem was a part of the Black Panthers. He was doing things. That's why the NBA did not like him, because he was not kissing no ass. So when things like that, that's why I recommend LeBron. I applaud him because it's rare you're going to find LeBron. And it's just not about building up his community. It's what he stands for. Right is right, wrong is wrong. Also, I have to give a shout out to Randy Moss when he had on his tie and he had all the people who was killed by the police. I loved it. I loved it. And Ray Lewis, sat right there.
Okay, I saw the interview, and Ray Lewis, he said right there, and he looked at like he was scared to death once Randy Moss spoke on this. I commend Randy Moss because at his time of actually getting to the Hall of Fame for the NFL, he took his time out to have a tie that spoke volumes to the Black community. And I know he said he's receiving a lot of hate mail from people, but that's how he chose to commend his time that was in the spotlight. And I commend him for that, because a lot of people wouldn't do that. He sees now that, okay, this is a problem, and he wanted to show, okay, I'm with you. He couldn't do nothing about it, but what he said, family, I just want y'all to know that we are there with you. And a lot of athletes, they are hot and they're popular right now, but they are not willing to give up their position and their money to talk about these things. LeBron does not care. He is well established. And the NBA, they're not going to just kick him out. LeBron has talked about the injustice that has been going on, and LeBron has talked about the injustice that has been going on for years. Even when Eric Gardner was choked out, he said he had a shirt on that said, "I can't breathe." A lot of people are not willing to do that.
And the thing about it is, I have to recommend Kevin Durant as well. Kevin Durant is building up his area in Washington as well. He speaks out on injustice. Y'all might not remember the All-Star break when it was LeBron and Kevin Durant in the car with a black female, and they would just talk about Trump was telling them to shut up and dribble, and they was voicing their opinion on things like that. I said, we don't give a lot of these athletes the credit they deserve. I applaud all of them, because for you to kneel on national TV and you to be an NBA player or wear shirts about injustice, I have nothing but respect for you. Like, I didn't agree with Dak Prescott, who said it's not the time or the place, but if these NFL players don't kneel while they're on that field, y'all will not take them serious at all. So they're doing it at the right time in the right place. And shout out to my classmate, Trey Wilder, who drew that get out picture of Dak Prescott. You need to get your ass out and get it right.
I believe that a lot of people, they don't see the message that these athletes are portraying. They just see, oh, they're kneeling, oh, they're saying this and that. No. Colin Kaepernick, he started kneeling by himself, and then others joined in the movement. So they're starting this movement, and other athletes are progressively joining in. And LeBron, he's actually coming out with a series that says Shut Up and Dribble. I believe it's coming out on HBO, and it's a 3-part documentary. documentary, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna have some things in there about Trump and whoever. But I feel like these athletes, they are put in the spotlight daily, and for them to talk about the injustices that's going on, it makes you feel like you matter. It makes you feel like, okay, yes, they're celebrities, but they can go through the same thing I'm going through. It makes you feel like, okay, well, I have somebody that supports me, instead of feeling like, okay, well, they famous, they don't even worry about us no more. Because a lot of athletes, once they do get famous, they forget where they came from. And in reality, they just see you as another black person. No matter how much money you got, they just see you as another black person. And these athletes, they're just using them as bodies. I don't know what movie I saw, but it said, it was saying something about African Americans that said, they can run and jump. That's all they're good for is entertainment. And that's how they really see us. Because if you think about it, we play basketball, we play football, we play all these sports, and what are we doing? They don't respect us, but they need us for entertainment. That's it. Once we serve our entertainment purposes, they are done with us. And the thing about it is they only give us one chance. After that, we're done. You mess up that one time, they're done. And you got to think about it. Ray Lewis. This has nothing to do with LeBron them. But with his situation, the NFL was done with him. But you have several people in the NFL who have confessed to raping people. But they are still in the NFL. They still have their jobs. But the difference is that they are white. And that's bullcrap. If you're going to do it to one race, you need to do it to both. You need to set the example. Because that's not right. That's injustice as well. Colin Kaepernick could be kneeling for that too. But Trump will never know that because he's so hell-bent on, they're kneeling for the flag. He don't even know the words to the damn Star Spangled Banner. I have sat there and watched him. He does not know the first verse verbatim. How can you get mad at them for kneeling when you don't even know the Star Spangled Banner? I don't know it because I don't respect it. And honestly, y'all need to go look at the last portion, because the last part of that was really cut off and it was talking about slaves and other things of that nature. You need to go look it up, because that was not written for us. We were slaves and they did not care about us.
Yep, that is exactly true. A lot of times people of other races can commit crimes. Like NFL, you can murder somebody, you can go beat your girlfriend up, your wife, you can be a rapist. Like the Steelers quarterback, I don't even know his name, I call him serial rapist. He's still in the league. He has raped multiple women. He is still up in the league, which is very unacceptable. And also we have to talk about Jay-Z. Jay-Z not fond of Trump. Russell Simmons and Trump was best friends. They fell out. Russell Simmons told him he needs to cut the shit, because Russell know the real him. You're pretending to be something that you're not because you're trying to get the votes. The only reason why he beat Hillary, no, I'm gonna give you two reasons. The first reason, because she was a woman, and two, America is still fucking racist. They want to have this man in office so they can act how they want to. I'm gonna act my color. I'm gonna say the N-word. I'm gonna have my nooses. I'm gonna feel like I'm untouchable. I can do whatever. And that's why they really want Trump in the office. He's not qualified. He wasn't better than Hillary. But the matter of fact was, she was a woman and he played the race card. And that's how he got up in there, being racist. He just played the game that America was built on, racism.
I feel like Trump actually did play the race card, because I know a long time ago he actually said if he would have run for president, he'll probably win and he'll be a Republican because they're the dumbest ones. All he had to do was sit up there and talk about race and being racial. That's it. That's all he had to do, was just sit up there and tell you what you wanted to hear. He didn't have any political experience. How can you let someone that owns several failed businesses become the president? I don't understand how can we do that. When he became president, I was at AIT. I just left basic training. I was pissed when he became the president. I'm trying to get out now because I feel like he's going to lead us into a war. And I don't want to be a part of that. I would rather go to jail than to be in a war that he's committed. Why is he messing with all of these people? They're not bothering us. Why are you worried about all these other countries? Just worry about us. You need to take care of us first. I don't understand, what is Trump doing? How can you not be qualified and become a president? Obama had to have so many qualifications to even get in there. And even then, they didn't let him pass nothing. Trump get in there, they let him pass every and any damn thing. He's literally in there trying to take away everything Barack Obama put in there. He really didn't get to put a lot in there because they wouldn't let him. But he gets to put anything in there and it gets passed. What does that mean as a society? What are we doing? And how are we going to fix this? It does not make sense. And a lot of y'all didn't want to vote for Bernie Sanders because you thought he was going to die. But look, he's still living. Y'all should have voted for him because he really had our best interests at heart. But you want to vote for someone that don't care about black people. Only person Trump cares about is rich white people. If you don't make at least maybe $1 million or more, he don't care about you. He don't care about white people that are living on what? Welfare. The ones that are not living, that are not educated, the ones that are not don't have as much money as him. He don't care about them. Only the rich and successful. Those are the only ones he care about. So if you are Caucasian and you listen to this, he does not care about you either unless you have money. He only care about people who have money. And I feel sorry for all of the black people that are gravitating towards him because they believe that he's this savior. He's doing this, he's doing that, and he's really not. He's dividing us, and it's not right. As if we wasn't already divided. We've been divided for a long time now. You know, segregation didn't happen that long ago. So we have to think about this stuff.
Yeah, all Trump knows how to do is divide, divide, divide. That's what he lives and he conquer off. Division. All he knows, he's not qualified. He shouldn't be in office. And before he became president, he was chilling with so many black celebrities and entertainers. It's really ridiculous. He was a Democrat before he turned over to be a Republican. Get your facts right. Trump is a fraud. He's a fake, and he's a wannabe. He was straight Democrat. If you don't believe us, go back and check his history. Him, Oprah, Simmons, we can go on and on about him and his black rich friends. He have now just turned the page. It's really sad, people. Wake up. He shouldn't be in sports. He shouldn't even be in office. He needs to keep his nose out of places it does not belong. No other president was worried or bothered about sports because it has nothing to do with them. It's not it's not a war. They're not disrespecting anything, so he shouldn't even be worried about it. If someone peacefully protests, that's good. Okay, they're not out here starting enticing a riot, robbing, and doing things. He should keep his nose out of where it does not belong.
Okay, everyone, that was a long segment, but that topic is over. The next topic is male cheerleaders in the NFL. Personally, I believe that they are really pushing the gay agenda, and this is my personal belief. I feel like male cheerleaders, this isn't the time and place to put them in the NFL. I believe that I don't mind seeing male cheerleaders in high school, but you have to think about the NFL fans. They do not want to see grown men over there dancing as females. And these male cheerleaders are not straight. No offense. They are gay. So my whole thing is they are pushing the gay agenda. They have TV shows. They have all of these things that's poisoning our kids. They thinking it's okay. It's a little boy. He should be 6 right now, and he's in the UK. He know how to put on makeup better than I will ever know. And I feel like this is something that he's learned. He's learned that this is okay. And by other males seeing this as kids, they're going to think, oh, it's okay. I can be gay and I can be a cheerleader. I remember when I was younger, we didn't even know when people was gay. They still dressed as men, and they only dressed as females or whatever at night. We was kids, so we didn't see that part of it. They hid who they were from us. Now they are out in the open. They're having these surgeries to become women. Some of them look better than me. Some of them look better than you. Some of them are really gorgeous. But I feel like this is really pushing the gay agenda. And I don't like it. I don't have a problem with people that are gay, but I feel like I don't want to see males on the sideline as cheerleaders. I'm sorry. And you got to think about NFL players. They have to see them. They have to walk past them and do other things. Then you got to think about the fans. The NFL fans are cruel and mean. So I believe that they might say something that'll hurt one of their feelings. And I don't want that to happen to them. Yes, they are breaking barriers. Kudos to them. But I don't want to see a man dancing feminine on the football field. Because when you think of football, you think of manly, aggressive, tough. And then you have them coming out there being super feminine. It's a lot of people that play in football that may be gay. Nothing is wrong with that. But I don't want to see that on the field.
Yeah, I feel like my co-host said, it's being pushed up on us. I'm not homophobic. I have nothing against gay people, but this is not the time, nor is the place. And then again, you're gonna have kids there visually seeing it, thinking it is okay. I mean, I have nothing against them, but I feel like they're trying too hard to impersonate females. You need to stay in your lane and be a man, just like when they were trying to cross into the AKA and Deltas. That is no, it's never gonna happen. You are a man. You're gonna start your own little sorority or fraternity. You're gonna stay in your lane. It's nothing wrong with them. Like we all done seen Bring It On. We saw the male cheerleaders on there, but they was just catching the women doing basic things. These guys are participating and visualizing themselves as a female. It's nothing wrong with a person being gay, but I just feel like they're stepping over the line, is being forced on us and things like that. Like my co-host said, football has the meanest fans. And they're gonna have to take it out on somebody. So who's gonna be their first person? Them. They're gonna be the target. Then they got them in LA, the Rams cheerleader, of all places to put them. You're gonna take them to LA. The Rams fans don't play. It's gonna be some stuff. I hope they got tough skin and know how to deal with it, because it's going to be a lot for them to embrace and all take in, Like my co-host said, congrats, kudos to them, but it's just not the time nor the place for that.
I think that even though they are breaking barriers, I want to know what made them want to be a cheerleader in the first place, like in the NFL. Because, most people, it stop at college. For men that want to do it, usually stop at college. Women can go on to the NFL and do things of that nature, but it stops for them at college if they usually want to do it. What made them be like, okay, today I want to go try out for the LA Rams? What were you thinking? I'm happy you made it, but why? Why do you want to be a cheerleader, with the females in the NFL? I have never seen men that want to be females so bad. I think this generation of people that are gay, I am not homophobic. I have several gay people in my family, but I feel like this generation of males that are gay, they want to be females a little bit too much. You keep forgetting that you are a male. You are born a male. You will never have the same sensations that we have. You will never have a period. You can never have a baby. You can never have our whole lifestyle. Like, you want to be a female, but you don't understand what it is to be like us. We have mood swings. We crazy. We don't know what's going on with our body half the time. And you want to be a female. It doesn't make sense. Now, these two dancers, I will give them their credit. They can dance. I have seen them dance. Baby, they can get it, okay? They can dance. They tell all they can dance better than me. Now, I ain't saying if you can dance, don't try to do that. Because after them, it's going to be more people trying to do it. And then it's going to become normal. So now they are desensitizing us to this. And then they're going to make it normal. Because this is what they do in America. Mm-hmm. And that's not right. But there's nothing I can do about it. It's already been done. But I don't think this was the most appropriate time to do this. Because now we got kneeling. And I think they really probably did this to overshadow the kneeling. Because you know how they do in America. They try to take your attention away from something. So this could have been done to stop us from seeing the people that are kneeling. And let's focus on these two guys. They're cheerleaders and they're not really supposed to be down there. That could be what this is. I'm hoping it's not. But they're using this to take our attention away from the people kneeling. But they still are kneeling for injustice and everything of that nature. But I don't agree. I think the NFL, they're probably trying to break barriers. And they've probably been trying to do this for years. So who am I to judge? But I don't think this is the most appropriate time to do it. But hey, I guess it had to happen sometimes. But I just don't agree with it. Did you have anything else to say on this?
I remember the interview, Lil Boosie said TV is making our kids gay. So I have to agree with him, because you look on just about every show, there's a gay couple on there, from Shameless to the drag queen show that was on FX. It's everywhere. You cannot miss it. Gay is being forced upon us to normalize it. To some people it's normal, to some people it's not. A lot of people don't have nothing against it, but we don't want to see that shit on TV. I don't want to see it all the time when I'm watching TV. Like, I don't care what you do in the bedroom behind closed doors. That's what you do. But I don't want to always see this crap on TV. Like, come on now, you're forcing it upon us. Like, I agree with Boosie. They're making these kids gay because these kids are seeing it on TV and they're thinking like, I want to experiment. I wonder how this is and that and things like that. Like, I always believe some people are born gay, which I do believe, because you have some people, men and women, who just automatically know they're gay. And I feel like they are born that way. Some people are, and some people just experiment and end up liking it. But don't try to force it up on us and things like that. But it is being forced up on us and these children and this youth. That's why I think it's so many gay people now, because they're normalized it. They see it on TV. They see it when they walk outside their house, If you play basketball, me and my co-host, we both play basketball. So a lot of girls on our teams were lesbians. To us, it was kind of normalized because that's what we saw. You have a few straight ones, but majority of the girls who play basketball are lesbians. Nowadays, some of them go both ways. But, I mean, with us, when you play sports, you see it so much, it becomes something normal. Like Boosie saying, a kid watching something gay on TV all the time, it becomes normal to them. It's normalized because they see it so much.
I think that the gay agenda is definitely forced on this, because me and my co-host, we were on Facebook. Don't judge me because I am like 26, so I can be on Facebook. I'm technically almost old. But I was on Facebook, and it was a drag queen trying to show two young boys how to do drag. And I felt offended because I'm like, one, he's looking like no. The other one looked like he's willing to try. This shows that he's forcing that on them. They are like 6 or 7. They don't know what you are. They just know you look weird. They don't know what's really going on. And then you're trying to show them. And, some kids are eager to learn because they're young. They don't really know what's going on. But it's like, why are you forcing that on a kid? You're starting to see it a little bit too much. And I feel like we have to do better, because we always complain about it being too many gay people. But it's always on TV. It's always on social media. It's everywhere now. Mm-hmm. So it's like, if you don't want them to be gay or whatever, just try to control what they watch. And then at times, if they are gay, just love them for who they are. Just don't push that gay agenda on your child or whoever you're with. But today, the last topic is Kanye West. So he definitely stated that when George Bush was president, that he didn't care about black people. But we are trying to figure out what is the difference between Trump and Bush. Because Trump blatantly doesn't really support a lot of black people. If he do support black people, like Kanye West or Omarosa, they are blindly loyal and supporting him for a dumb cause. They don't know why they are actually following him. They are saying that they are nice friends. And don't forget Steve Harvey, because he met with him too. And, the black community shamed him for that. But how is Trump different from George Bush when neither one has really done anything? But George Bush, he was just a dumb president. It's not like he hated black people. He just didn't know what the hell he was doing. That's it. You never really saw if he really hated black people. He just didn't know what he was doing, and he just went whatever's whatever. But with Trump, he actually don't like a lot of black people, and it shows. And I feel like he actually, before he became president, he had more black friends. And since he got in, he lost a lot of friends. And he needs to work on his race relations, because it is not good. And you don't want to bring division where it's already tension between African Americans and whites and all of this because of police brutality and everything we're already going through. So you're really just making it worse. So he needs to work on that. And Kanye West, you need to be mindful. I know you was probably woke back then. I think you sleep now. But you need to see that Trump is actually not for black people like you said George Bush was. So now you're swallowing your words because you're supporting somebody that's so negative towards us. But yet that's your friend. Friends don't do that to each other. So you need to watch your surroundings, because I wouldn't be surprised if he said something negative towards you one day.
Yeah, because Jimmy Kimmel had asked Kanye West, you said George Bush doesn't care about black people, and then he rephrased it about Trump doesn't care about black people. Actually, Kanye West got stuck, And then Jimmy Kimmel was like, oh, we're going to go to a break. Because, you know, any other time, Kanye West have something to say 24/7 all the time. But when Jimmy Kimmel asked him that question about Trump, this man got stuck, y'all. This, like my co-host said, this man is asleep. Back in the day, Kanye West was woke when he did Jesus Walk and all those things. Kanye West has lost his way. And he has fallen to a deep, deep, deep slumber. You know, and sometimes I feel like Kanye West has been feeding into the Kardashian BS. He has become a Kardashian. His name is West Dashian. So Kanye West is lost. He needs to be helped. Like when Snoop Dogg had made a statement that he needs some black women in his life, people took it offensive as if he was dissing the Kardashian. Like Snoop Dogg said he had his aunties and other black women to help him when he lost his way. Kanye West don't have that. Kris Jenner is not a person you lean on for. She's all about money, money, money. She's pimped out her daughters. So that lets you know how she feel about people. You know, I feel like Kanye West is asleep and they're pushing him into a deep, deep slump, but he's in a Get Out stage. Like he's went to the Kardashian them house, like on Get Out, but he didn't escape like old boy did on Get Out. He's actually there. He's on vacation there. He sleeps there. You know, like we all miss the old Kanye West. I miss him. Because back in the day, he talked about nothing but real things, and he called out Bush on his BS. And, you know, everybody applauded him for it. But now, we don't know this Kanye West. Kanye West has lost his way. Like when he went to TMZ and did the Fool, every time his album is about to drop, he throw a temper tantrum. He's on Twitter. He's taking shots. He's hating on Jay-Z and Beyonce. Because compared to Jay-Z and Beyonce don't even pay them two broke ones no mind. Because compared to them two, him and his wife is broke. So I really think that's what it is. He's jealous. He's lost his way. And I feel sometimes he feel like Jay-Z is responsible for him. I don't know if he feel like Jay-Z didn't lend his hand out and things like that, but I think Jay-Z have had enough of him and probably don't want to be bothered with him. He is not the same Kanye West. He is lost. And he just need to get founded.
I think Kanye West just need guidance. Ever since his mom died, he's really been spiraling out of control. And of course, he was with Amber Rose, but you know, when Chloe came in, Kim came in, that wasn't the right person for him at the time because she didn't really help. You know, it seems like he's getting deeper and deeper into a slumber where he's not becoming himself. He's not who he used to be. And I just hope that he gets the help or the guidance that he deserves because at one point, Kanye West was one of my favorite rappers. And it's like now to see him deteriorate from what he once was, it hurts because he just used to be that dude, you know, when Gold Digger came on, when You Can't Tell Me Nothing, when all of them songs came out, Kanye West was the man. And just to see him now is just like, oh my God. And then the person you have your kids with, how can you explain it to your kids how she became famous? Because Kim lied and said it's a TV show, but you got famous doing a porn with Ray J.
A whack porn at that.
Yeah, and it's just like, don't do things that you will have to explain to your kids and they're going to be embarrassed. Because Mimi, her daughter is going to be embarrassed of her when she see that sex tape when she get older. Because once it is leaked, it is on the internet forever. You just have to figure out where it's at, but it's on the internet forever. So Kim, hers is going to be out there forever, and Mimi. So you have to learn that some people don't have your best interest at heart. And I feel like Kanye West, the guidance that he needs, he will get it. He just has to look for it. Or he needs to be around friends that actually care. And yeah, I want to pray for him. And okay, and that is it. And you know, like we did last show, we got to give you 3 rules to the game. And the first rule is, please do not tweet if you're the president about sports. You have more important things to do than to be on Twitter talking about Colin Kaepernick, LeBron, the players kneeling, or anything of that sort. You need to fix what's going on over here first.
And rule number 2 is seek help if you need help. We all have lost our way in life, but it's always good to go out and seek help. People always think you always seek help if it's a mental health issue, but that's not the case. We all have lost our way. We all need some guidance in life.
Okay, everyone, and rule number 3. If you are gay and you want to be a cheerleader in the NFL, do your thing. Because you know what? At the end of the day, they already did it, so now you can do it too. All right, everybody, that's it. And stay tuned for our next episode.